My daughter was diagnosed 20 years ago, and she was diagnosed with Costello syndrome. And she was 3 months old when she was diagnosed by our geneticist. And it was just horrible when we realised what it was and the impacts. They wouldn't tell us. In fact, they wouldn't tell us very much about it because they said we might not like it. So we said, well, if you don't tell us, how do we know what's going to happen? So they still wouldn't tell us anything. So we went on Medline, found the information on Costello syndrome and read through it, and were quite horrified with what we read and some of the pictures of the young people we saw. So we decided to set up a support group. So my husband set up the first World Wide Web, looking for other people with Costello syndrome. And the first one abroad we found was in Alabama, in America. And we became 2, and we became 3. And in 1999 we were going to do our first conference in Alabama, organised by Tammy and ourselves. And we got it set up. And then there was 11 families, which was a representative from all around the world, went to Alabama. But just before we were due to go, Lena got cancer for the first time. So that put an end to us going. But the results of the conference was phenomenal, and all the stuff they started to find out. And some doctors were interested and came. So through the start of the very first one was a medical board set up. And it's the same people now on the medical board. We've got a geneticist from America who has just got the congressional member and is going to the White House for all the work with Costello's and rassopathies that her and my husband are working on. Well, because when it's so rare, you wonder where to go and who can help. So with people like Findacure, you only have to go online and find all the help that you will need. So I think they're very valuable, especially when it's something as rare as what my daughter's got. And before we set off on our journey, there was no help, there was no nothing. And I think a lot of people need to be more aware of Findacure. We were only put in touch with Findacure through our geneticist, and we're one of the smallest charities in England. So it goes to show how Findacure, needs to find a way of reaching everybody and reaching the very, very small charities.